And now we have arrived at phase 4 of User Experience, Applied Research and Design project. Phase 4 of the User Experience, Applied Research and Design project continues the iterative design cycle. The iterative design cycle involves assessing, designing, and building, and then cycling through to do the steps again and again. This spiral process is evident in the steps that have been accomplished so far. So far, we have conducted a needs evaluation, sketching, and we have built a low-fidelity prototype. The needs evaluation was the assessment step, the sketching was the design step, the low-fidelity prototype was the building step. We have also designed a user test. Phase 4 involves actually conducting the user test, coming up with design solutions to the issues discovered, and then building a medium-fidelity prototype. For the second loop of the cycle, conducting the user test was the assessment step, the design solutions was the design step, the medium-fidelity prototype was the building step. As you can see, the design process is clearly an iterative process. In step number 1, we write the user test report. So, phase 4 involves conducting user tests, analyzing test results, and writing a user test report. Conducting user tests require the recruitment of at least 4 users. After the sessions are done, it is necessary to review and document the information from the session recordings. The sessions should lead for the discovery of a few key incidents from which UX issues and other needs are further discovered. Documenting between 5 to 10 findings is a good starting point. In step 2, we create the medium-fidelity prototype. So phase 4 also involves the creation of a medium-fidelity prototype with a digital prototyping tool. The user test should have revealed some design issues. This step involves fixing the issues discovered with the design. A good way to start involves sketching different possible solutions to the discovered design issues. There may be both small and large changes that need to be made, but because we haven't invested too heavily in refining the design, then sketching changes to even large things such as structure and architecture should still be easy to implement. Creating a medium-fidelity prototype will allow you not only the opportunity to enhance the detail of the prototype, but to expand the functionality of it as well. As part of creating the medium-fidelity prototype, you could add more support for different tasks that users will need of the system to be able to support. As the design progresses, more ideas of mixed functionality may become obvious, and the creation of the medium-fidelity prototype affords you the opportunity to add in support and thus making the system more feature complete. You should also think about where users are likely to make an error, and if possible, include error detection and recovery displays. Now, it's important not to forget that a medium-fidelity prototype needs to be interactive. This means that it needs to be clickable and navigatable. Though the graphic design and illustrations do not need to be picture perfect, the content itself should have some color, basic fonts, sample text, sample images. Though the user needs to be able to navigate through the different screens, that doesn't mean that the system needs to support a database. In fact, the software itself does not need to be implemented. It just needs to offer a view of how the system would look. So, the medium-fidelity prototype should be created with a software prototyping tool. Some tools offer good support for low fidelity, other for all levels of fidelity, and still others focus mostly on producing quick, high fidelity. The tool you choose is up to your best and most informed research decision. There are a lot of options to choose from, so we will not delve into the specifics of changing software within this course. Last, though the digital prototype will eventually need to be interactive and clickable, this isn't a strict requirement yet for this particular phase. However, you will eventually need to support this functionality for when it comes time to create the high-fidelity prototype. The next section will demonstrate a user test report, a Med5 prototype, task flows, and an appendix with raw questionnaire responses. The information will be presentation of phase 4 of our design project. Examine it carefully.